Hello everyone. Well, in March 2018, Sir James Dyson told everyone that his company was no longer going to be developing corded vacuum cleaners, and some people read that as no longer producing corded vacuums, but Dyson still produce corded vacuum cleaners, although of course their cordless machines are very popular. Well, this is new, hot off the presses. It is a new corded vacuum cleaner from Dyson. I say new, it doesn't look very much different to the existing light ball and ball uprights, but it is a new model. It's obviously not had much development, but we'll have to see if it's had any when I open it. This is a Dyson Small Ball Allergy, not to be confused with the previous Small Ball, which was a more compact machine. I think this, judging by the size and weight of the box, is a full-sized upright vacuum cleaner. Okay, without any further ado, let's have a look at this new model from Dyson. Okay, let's open it. A lot of glue has been used to secure the flaps. Now there does seem to be a model number here, UP22AC AL UK. We'll just say Small Ball Allergy, it's easier. Right, first out of the box we have the cleaner head. Quite a dusty cleaner head, it doesn't look much different. What I'll do before the end of this video, so please stay tuned till the end, I'm going to get out the other Dyson uprights I've got that are still current, the light ball and the larger the ball. I've also got the small ball as well, so we'll get all those out and we'll have a quick comparison at the end just to see. It's hard to tell if this head is any different, but here is the main floor head. Direct drive motor, no black soft brushes on this, which tend to wear down very quickly. We've got an adjustment as well at the front. Normally you'd use it in the middle position, but if you want to intensify the suction you'd have it on plus, and if you want to lower the suction you'd have it on the minus setting. And all that does is move these two little, can you see those little flaps? So on the plus it more or less closes the head to give a good suction seal. On the middle setting I can't really see what it does. Oh, that's odd. It does actually, yes, from memory, there are suction vents here as well, so it does actually, when you have it on the reduced suction setting here, the minus, it does lower the suction at the head to make it easier to push. Anyway, you'll find if you buy one of these what setting suits your needs. For my use, for the existing Dyson models I've got with this sort of head, I always find putting it in the middle seems to give the best results for my carpets. We have a wand which is plastic. It is the wand for above floor cleaning when using the hose, but also of course it forms the handle when you're using the vacuum in upright mode, so that doesn't look much different. We have a small upholstery tool here. Then we have a combined crevice and dusting tool, combination nozzle. That's quite a nice size actually. So you've got the crevice tool for your nooks and crannies in your car, between the seats, etc. And you've got this soft brush which you can slide forward and lock into place for your dusting jobs. You could do your Venetian blinds, your lampshades, sort of above floor dusting jobs. That should come off completely as well if you need to use the full length of the crevice tool, but normally you just leave it on board, and that I think does store on the cleaner. We'll soon find out. Yes, well it does, because here is the little attachment to enable us to store at least that. I'm not sure if there's another one to so we can store all the tools. We'll find out when I look at the instructions. Just got a little piece of paper guide with some telephone numbers on, and of course we've got the instruction manual and details of your guarantee. I'm assuming this has a 5-year parts and labour guarantee. Most Dyson mains powered vacuums have the 5-year guarantee as opposed to the 2-year guarantee you get with their cordless. Now they're top of the range cordless, the V11. If you want the top model, that's going to set you back £600 and it has a 2-year guarantee. This model currently it costs me £200, so it's a third of the price, and it has a 5-year parts and labour warranty, as far as I know, unless Dyson changed it. Right. Take out all this cardboard packaging. We have some more tools. This is your wide upholstery nozzle, but that's also ideal for cleaning your mattress. I think that's its main purpose. Another tool in here. I think this is a dusting brush. It's quite a useful tool to have. Now, because this is called Allergy, I'm assuming that the air that expels from this vacuum is very clean and suitable for people who suffer from dust allergies, hay fever, that sort of thing. But of course, as with all bagless vacuum cleaners, once you empty the bin, you are exposing yourself to the dust. That seems to be a new design. It's a bit smaller than the one they did, but also bigger than the one you get with a handheld. So there's a new design dusting brush, a little velour strip all the way around the circumference, and very soft splayed brushes. I do like these dusting brushes on Dyson cleaners, ideal for doing all your above floor dusting. Good for your Venetian blinds, good for your photo frames, your pictures, mirrors, that sort of thing. All that stuff you'd normally use a duster for, you can use this nozzle, so that's included with the Allergy version. Did I show you that? I can't remember. Yes, I did. The small upholstery nozzle. So I think that's everything. We've got the cleaner. Yes. Oops, that's not very good, is it? Let's come away. So that's your clear bin. Yes, it doesn't seem any different really to the light ball. But as I said, I will compare the machines at the end of the video and we can see if there is a difference. You'll also note that there's no energy label on the box anymore. That's the EU energy label is slightly different now. They don't have to put the performance of dust pickup from carpets or floors. They still have to state somewhere the decibel level of the vacuum and the energy rating, but if it's not on the box it will be in the instruction book. I assume this will get at least an A for energy use, and being Allergy I think it will get an A for dust emissions. There is a bit more packaging attached. It's just an empty bit of cardboard packaging. So here we have the ball, which obviously incorporates the motor, and the 2 wheels. Also incorporates the exhaust filter on the side here. It's a 700 watt motor. The net weight is 6.90 kilograms, and of course it's made in Malaysia. So all we have to do now is assemble the machine, attach the handle, and of course attach the cleaner head. So here are all the component parts that require assembly. No tools required, it'll all simply click together in less than a minute. So we've got the operating manual that shows you what to do, and typical with most Dyson manuals, there's a lot of diagrams and pictures describing washing the filters, checking for blockages, general maintenance. removing the brush roller, and you've got a lot of text at the back as well. I've also got the story of Dyson. I've had a quick flick through. It doesn't look much different. You'll notice that there's no mention, I'm not sure if previous ones mentioned it, but there's no mention of Dyson's electric car, because Dyson have scrapped the idea so far. Anyway, at the moment, they're not developing an electric car anymore. They've looked into it, and apparently, well, for some reason they haven't decided to pursue that route. So it'll be left to other companies to produce electric cars, not Dyson, not at the moment anyway. So there we go, the story of Dyson and your instruction book. Okay, let's get this vacuum assembled. The first thing you need to do is to lay your Dyson Small Ball Allergy on its back, on a carpet preferably, or a protected surface, and we need to just fit the cleaner head onto the main ball assembly. So basically you just offer it up, obviously this way. You can see where it attaches, just here. Just attaches on here to the yoke of the cleaner. So basically you just slide it upwards. Don't force anything if it's not going in. And that's basically it. It's now clicked into position. If for any reason you need to remove the cleaner head, if you need to check for blockages, you can do that once it's fitted. There is a little red lever here which you push upwards, and then you can just remove the head by pushing it down. That's in case you need to check for any blockages in here. This is the air path of the cleaner. So it's very easy. I'll just show you again. Just push it up until it clicks, and that's the cleaner head locked into position. Before I assemble the wand, I'll just pop the bin back. Just fits on over here. Push it back until it clicks into position. Now we've got the hose and the wand/handle. Carefully now put the wand inside the hose. Now this is the front of the handle, so that needs to be at the front of the machine. So carefully feed in the hose. Oh, and that's that's come off. I don't know why. It must. It probably is supposed to slide off. I've never known that happen before. Right, well, I'll put that to one side for now. The handle. It's probably, hopefully, supposed to come off. We'll feed it in. Obviously, grey end first. But you need to press. You see that red release button? You need to press that in. Otherwise you won't be able to get the hose in. Once you're using the hose, and when you pull it out, it does lock into position, so it doesn't keep coming out of the hose. But obviously if you want to release it, you press the button again. But in order to store it, you do need to press the button so you can push the wand into the hose, and the hose will become a rigid part, and it goes down, of course, the spine of the vacuum. I think I do need actually to reattach this piece that's come off before I can slide it into the cleaner. I'm really not sure why that's come away, but it is probably supposed to. Well, it's back in place, it just slides in place like that. So once we've got it to this stage, we can carefully put the handle over the top of the spine of the vacuum. So you just lift it over like this, push it down until it's smooth with the rest of the machine. So basically that is assembly. This is the mains cable, obviously, with the fitted plug, and of course the cable stores on the machine. We've got a fixed hook at the bottom here, and at the top, just by the handle, we have this red swivel hook. So to wind up the cable, obviously you turn the hook into the upright position, and you just wind up the cord at the back of the machine like this, so it stores away neatly. And Dyson have provided a little clip just near the plug end, so you can just fasten it to another piece of cord so it doesn't come untangled when you're carrying the cleaner. It is pretty light. This is the proper place to carry the machine if you want to carry it upstairs. So yeah, it's easy to lift, and obviously this is the handle that you also use to carry the dirt bin outside, hopefully to empty it. If you've got allergies, get someone else to empty it for you, or at least empty it into the outside bin. Don't empty it into an inside bin where dust can be distributed back into the air. You don't want it back in the air after you've sucked it up. Dyson do suggest you can use a bag, a plastic bag or something over the end, and hold it tight until the dirt's deposited. But we're all trying to use less plastic these days. That rather defeats the object of a bagless vacuum if you're using a plastic bag to empty the dirt into. So there you go. Let's have a quick look at this machine. I'll turn it on, and then finally at the end of this quick look video, first look video, I'll bring down all the other Dyson cleaners that are current and we'll see if we can compare them. But from memory, this doesn't seem any different at all to the light ball cleaner. It's just had probably a rebranding, a new name, and it's got some different tools with it. But apart from that, I can't see much difference in the machines at all. Once the handle is in place, it should stay on the vacuum cleaner even when you're using the tools. So obviously to start using the machine, you have to turn down the top hook to release the mains cable and plug it in. When you're using the cleaning tools, you simply flip up this end cap here, and then you pull up the hose at the red part, so you can see that the handle is actually staying on the machine, and it's clipped into place. I wouldn't recommend lifting it from the handle. It isn't really designed to be lifted from the handle. Always lift it from the lower carry handle at the top of the bin. But now we can release the hose and pull out the extension wand. I'll check before the end of the video if this hose reaches to the top of my stairs. It is very stretchy, and of course it's clear, so we can see if there's a blockage. So any of the tools you can attach to the end of the wand. If you want to clean up high, for example, you can attach the dusting brush, do your pelmets and things, or any of the other tools. One thing I haven't shown you yet is where to fit the tool caddy. I'll show you that in a minute. So as you can see, all the tools click in very securely until you press the red button to release them. When you're using the machine in a confined space, obviously if you're cleaning the car with it, you don't want the wand attached, so you press the red button at the end of the wand, and we can select another tool, and that's ideal now for the tight spaces inside your car. There is no turbo brush supplied with this. I'm not sure if they'll do an animal version, but if you want a turbo brush for this machine, you can go to Dyson's website. I'm sure the current tools that look like this, with this sort of button on, should all be compatible. So I think all the current Dyson models, including the majority of the cordless machines, have this type of tool now. So if you're lucky enough to own a Dyson cordless, if you've got a V10 or a V11, I think you'll find all the tools for that will fit this, and vice versa, because you might want a mains powered cleaner as well as having your cordless cleaner for the convenience, and you might want the mains power for the deeper clean, maybe once a month. That's what I would recommend if you could afford it anyway. So there you go, that's the tools and that's the hose. So again, to put the hose back for using it as an upright cleaner, remember to press the red button while you guide the wand back into the hose, and then you just have to locate it on. You can see it goes in, there's a little tracking it fits in basically. Once you've had it a while, you'll know how to use it. It's not too difficult. You just go like that, push it down, and then that's in position. Close the end cap, and now you're ready to use the Dyson Small Ball as an upright vacuum. To recline the cleaner to the operating position, all you have to do is hold the handle at the top and recline it. You'll see that the stabilising wheels pop up. You don't have to put your foot on the head, just gently recline the handle and it will go into the operating position. So now it's rolling on the two large wheels either side of the ball. Make sure before putting it in the upright position, or when you leave it in the upright position, that the stabiliser wheels have fully engaged. So just put the machine straight, push the handle forward until it clicks, and you'll see that the wheels have stabilised the machine. Make sure it's stable before leaving it, otherwise it'll fall over. But it's quick and simple to do. Like that. Just here you've got your mains on-off switch, which by default switches the brush roll motor on as well. So just by pressing the red button, you turn on the brush roll motor and the suction motor. If you want to turn the brush roll motor off when cleaning hard floors or delicate carpets, you can press down and disengage the brush roll motor using the silver button. And of course, if you want to turn it on again, just press it in again. If you put the cleaner into the upright position when it's switched on, the brush roll motor will automatically stop. To empty the machine, simply press the red button here and remove the bin from the cleaner. To empty the dirt, use the same button at the top of the handle. So you just press down on it. Once you've got it over a dustbin, press down on the red button and the flap should open. Now this is new, so it's a little bit stiff. There we go. After a few uses, you'll find that that should open freely. Obviously, when it's emptied, you simply close the base and pop it back on the machine. If you don't want to touch the base, if you don't want your hands anywhere near any dirt, because some dirt will always inevitably end up around the outside of the bin. If you don't want to touch that, once you've emptied it, you can close it by putting it onto the floor and locking it into position that way. While the bin's off the machine, I'll show you the filter, which Dyson recommend you wash every month in cold water. The main filter is located just underneath the handle. There's a little lip here, so you just open it at the top and then remove the filter from inside the bin. So wash that in cold water, squeeze it out, try and rinse it through using your tap. Make sure it's 100% dry before putting it back in the machine, and as I said, do that once a month to maintain efficiency, and then it just pops back in securely like that in the top of the bin. Close the bin and then pop it back onto the cleaner. In their instructions, Dyson say you should wash the filters, plural, every month. So that also includes the exhaust filter, which is located on one of the side wheels. So to remove that, you simply undo the cap. Undo it all the way until you can release the half of the wheel there. And then you twist the filter off, and you've got a two-part filter. Both should be cleaned in cold water only according to the instructions, and allow 24 hours for them to dry before fitting them back. So you see there's a pleated exhaust filter, part pleated, and there's a part cloth on there as well. So once that is thoroughly dried, pop the black ring back into position and then locate the filter. There are two arrows to line up. Just put it onto the side of the cleaner and turn it until the arrows line up, so you know it's locked into position. I'm a bit surprised that you need to wash this filter every month. Personally, I don't think you would need to. Once the filter's into position, relocate the side wheel onto the top and turn the locking cap. Keep turning until it starts to click. Once it's clicked, you know it's fully inserted. Just check that the wheel rotates fully. Okay, so that's filter maintenance. The design of this brush bar means that you shouldn't get too much wrapped around it. It is fairly good at keeping clean, but if you do need to clean it, you can remove it from the machine without any tools. Just at the back we see a little silver button, so just press that in and then you can remove the end cap. And with the end cap, as you can see, you can pull out the entire brush roll. This is also useful if you need to replace it if the brushes are very worn. One small step I omitted from the assembly instructions is attaching the tool holder here. So basically it's just a slide-on fit. You'll see there's a little recess to accommodate it on the machine. So basically you just slide it on, press it down, that's it, it's in place. It doesn't quite click, but once it's on, that's not going anywhere. So now you've got that attached to the machine, you can put your combination nozzle in position, just like that. And the small furniture nozzle just sits on top of the combination nozzle, piggyback fashion, like this. Okay, I'll just switch the machine on and give it a bit of a push over my carpet. I've had a preview of this cleaner and to be honest, it is very similar to my light ball model. I've got a video on that if you want to check on my channel, but anyway, we'll give it a go. Well, no surprises for me. It's very similar to the light ball, so it's nice and quiet. It's a very pleasant sounding vacuum cleaner, this. It's easy to manoeuvre across my short pile carpet, and I think it's a good machine. You know, I've got a bit of a love-hate relationship with Dyson, but I give credit where it's due to their products if credit is due. And for £200, if you're looking for a bagless Dyson and an upright, well, there's not much to choose between this, the light ball, and of course the larger ball model, which is £100 more than this, which personally I don't know if it's worth the extra 100. But if you're looking for an upright vacuum cleaner and it has to be a Dyson, then yeah, it's good. It does have the 5-year parts and labour guarantee still, I've checked. Before I go, I'll just get the other current Dyson upright cleaners that I have and we'll just have a quick comparison. I'm especially interested to compare this next to the light ball, but apart from a little bit of a refresh and a model change, I think it's more or less the same. Okay, so here are my 4 Dyson uprights that are currently available in the UK. On Dyson's website, at the time of making this video, which is October 2019, they are only showing this Ball Animal 2, the Big Daddy. This is the top of the range model, retailing around £300. And they're also showing the Light Ball Multi-Floor, retailing at around £200. So these are the only 2 models. They don't actually show at the moment the Dyson Small Ball Allergy, so it is a pretty new model. But comparing the 2, the light ball and the small ball, they are more or less identical. In fact, the cleaner heads on these 3 Dysons are the same. They've also got the same motors in them, 700 watts. So as far as performance goes, between these 3, I think they'll be really on a par. There won't be anything to choose between them. With the Animal 2, you do get the tangle-free turbine, which is stored on board. But of course you can buy that as an optional extra to fit any of the other models. And you also get different tool storage. So it does actually hold the small nozzle without you having to piggyback it onto the top of the combination tool. It's also a little bit heavier, that model, but it has an articulated joint as well when using the cleaning tools. But as I said, as far as performance goes, I don't really think there's anything to choose between them, especially this later version compared to the light ball. In fact, I think they're about the same weight. Perhaps Dyson decided to drop the light name. It is fairly light, but it is not the lightest vacuum you can buy. So I think the lineup will be, they probably may drop the light ball in favour of the small ball allergy. Another Dyson, confusingly called small ball, is this. This is considerably different to the other three. It has a completely different brush roll, which also incorporates the carbon fibre brushes, which do tend to wear. They haven't on mine because I've hardly used it. This is a much more compact, light machine. Also has an 850 watt motor as opposed to the 700 watt motor in the others. This is discontinued as far as I know. It isn't on Dyson's website, but it is still fairly widely available. You can find this online. They also do an animal version that comes with a tangle-free turbine, but currently I've seen these machines going up to £400. They're not worth it. If you need something very small, light and compact, and you can pick one of these up for around 200, it might be worth considering, but personally you're better off for your £200 getting the later model, the Dyson Small Ball Allergy, because of course it does come with the additional tools as well, a longer cable and a longer hose. So that's the end of the unboxing, assembly and first look at Dyson's latest vacuum cleaner, the Small Ball Allergy. It's a good machine. I would recommend it because basically it's the same as the light ball, which for £200 represents better value than their cordless machines. If you must have a cordless, go for a cordless. I do recommend the Dyson Shark models as well. But if you're still like me and think for a deep clean you do need mains power, then you won't go far wrong with one of these machines. And if you're very rich, get both a corded and a cordless machine, and you've got the best of both worlds. Thanks for watching. Any comments or questions about this new model or any of the Dysons in this video, please comment below. Don't forget to thumb up and subscribe, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.